This is a fight against corporate greed, and nobody is exempt from corporate greed.
Their union organized the rally, which is taking place just across the river from the company's Detroit headquarters. Workers are protesting GM's plan to close its major Canadian plant at the end of the year. That move will put 2,500 people out of work. The union is hoping the protests will push GM to reverse its decision. Joining us now with more on the story is the CBC's Jason Viau. He's at the rally in Windsor. So, Jason, what are you seeing and hearing there?
Well, Andrew, things are kind of winding down at the moment. The buses and shuttles of workers, hundreds of workers from all over the province, Unifor members, auto workers are just kind of leaving now, but not before making a loud and very clear message to the folks behind me here across the river in Detroit at the General Motors headquarters there. And they chose today to do it because they say investors were meeting there to talk about the direction of the company. Many workers who we spoke with today say they felt disappointed. They felt like they were lied to. They felt like they were loyal employees, and now the company is turning their backs on them. One woman who spoke today is an Oshawa worker at the plant there, and she said it took her 6 years to get a full-time job. Many people like her would start a family, buy homes, buy GM vehicles even, and that's what got the crowd kind of roaring and saying not anymore. They started chanting sell here, buy here, and that was led by Jerry Diaz, who is quite angry, very passionate in his plea and very clear in saying that they are not stopping this fight. Things are only just getting started, and they're prepared to fight as long as they need to ensure that this plant stays open to some degree, that a product ends up there. Have a listen to a little bit more of what Unifor President Jerry Diaz had to say here earlier today.
And we are demanding that the Prime Minister, the Premier of Ontario, and myself, in a meeting organized by the Prime Minister and the Premier, that we meet with CEO Mary Barra, we meet with Mark Rice, we meet with Dana Mann, and they tell them how disgusted they are with their decision, as we are collectively disgusted with the decision and the announcement that they made in November.
So, Jason, where does this campaign go from here?
Well, they said this is just really only the beginning, and they did kind of threaten that the window of opportunity for GM to reverse its decision on the Oshawa plant that's set to close at the end of this year is closing. And they also talked about the fact that next week is the media preview for the International Auto Show in Detroit, where thousands of journalists will be to cover that event and many automotive unveilings there. And he made it very clear that he will be telling Unifor's story and the story of Canadians and those auto workers in Oshawa who will be losing their jobs, to those journalists at the auto show. And as you heard there in that clip, he's looking to sit down with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Ontario's Premier, as well as General Motors CEO, all in the same room. He's demanding that meeting, and he says this is only just the beginning. Andrew.
Jason, thank you. That is the CBC's Jason Viau live in Windsor, Ontario.